Welcome again to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make pies. We're not just making any regular pies, faves. We're making goat meat pie. This is so moist, so delicious, flaky, crunchy, and so tasty. If you want to learn how to make these goat meat pies, watch till the end of this video. I know you've known how to make meat pie, but come and learn how to make goat meat pie. So add your flour into a bowl. I'm using 500 grams of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 250 grams of butter. I usually like my butter cold, because it gives my meat pie a crunchier texture. Make sure that your ingredients are cold. For the record, my flour is sifted, okay? Now mix this to combine until it has a crumbly texture like this. Add your water. I usually use 100 grams of water to 110, but this is what I do. I do not add my water all at once because there are several flour mix that react differently. Sometimes the flour mix might take more water, so I usually add the water little by little. But here I use 100 grams of water to 110 gram of water max, like you get. So depending on how crunchy or how flaky you want your meat pie to be, you can even use 90 grams of water. It's just that the the meat pie will be so flaky. So whichever one works for you, just do that. So now when you are making your meat pie dough, you are not needing this. If you notice, all I'm trying to do is to put this together. I'm just trying to make sure that this forms a ball, like one big ball. So I'm not kneading it like when I would do for bread or donut or stuff like that. So after bringing it together, this is what it looks like. I'll cover this and leave in the refrigerator. Now let's make our goat meat pie filling. I'm using 3 potatoes for this, and then I'll just peel the skin like this, and I will proceed to chop this up. Okay, use potatoes in your meat pie or goat meat pie filling, all right? It just makes it tastier. Trust me when I say this, it makes it tastier. So after peeling off the skin of the potatoes, it would, it would make it easier for me to be able to cut it into like cubes, because what we are trying to achieve here is cubes, not strips. I'm saying this because you might be a beginner and you've never made pies before. All right, so just keep watching this video. I will hold your hands while I show you how to make pies, because this is something I'm very passionate about. It makes me so happy. Like I always say, anytime you see me baking, it means that I'm happy, because baking is such a fun activity for me. So don't worry, watch this video to the end and you'll be able to make your own. So you're going to first of all cut it into strips first, then you will now cut it into cubes. Okay, so this is how you do it. Continue to do like this, and this is what you would have. Now let's peel the back of our carrots. I'm using 4 tiny sized carrots for this recipe. All right, so just peel off the back like this to ensure that there are no sands, because on that outer layer as is sand locking, so you don't want to incorporate sand into your food. So just peel off the sandy or the dirty layer, and once you're done peeling it off, you can also do that for the head as well. Make sure that it is neat, clean, and good to go. And once you're done doing this, all you have to do now is to chop it into cubes, just like we did for the potatoes. Cut this into 4 or into 8, and then depending on how tiny you want your carrots to be. All right, so just cut it like that, like I see me do, and then just go my hair like this, and you're good to go. So your carrots will be tiny, and then they'll be able to easily dissolve into the filling. Trust me, this goat meat pie filling is so unique and so different, and I'm going to be showing you my little secret that I had to make it even tastier. So you want to watch this video till the end, my faves. All right, you can make this for your guests this Christmas. You're going to be impressed. I'm going to be using 1 small sized onions, and I'm going to cut this into tiny cubes like this. So when you make this for your guests this Christmas period, they'll be thoroughly impressed. This tastes different. That is all they'll be able to see. All right, so you should definitely try this. Chop your onions to even make it smaller, and then set that aside. The next thing we want to do is to cut our peppers. Yes, I like to add a little bit of pepper for heat in my pies. All right, I am a Niger babe, and Nigeria we love pepper. Okay, it's not so much pepper, just a little bit of that scotch bonnet goodness, to keep things moving, to keep things going well. All right, now this is my goat meat. I have had them debone it and even remove the skin in the market. This is what the skin looks like. You can see that this is goat meat bar. So I'm going to cut my goat meat into chunks. You can see that there are no bones in this goat meat. I'll cut it into chunks and I'll transfer this to my food processor. This is going to help me mince the meat so that it cooks fast and it gives you that meat pie filling texture. I'm using my food processor from Buchi Mix for this recipe, and I totally love this food processor because it is so fast. It makes my life easier. Imagine maybe blending this or something. It's not going to be so nice. Look at what we have. So I'm just going to show you my minced goat meat now, and then I'll just use my spoon to scoop it up so that you would see that this has been truly minced. Now let's make the filling faves. In a pot, add some vegetable oil. I would say about 1 tablespoon of oil, and then some bay leaves. Okay, add like 2 to 3 bay leaves, then add your chopped onions to this. You're going to mix this to combine, allowing the bay leaves to incorporate with the oil and then the onions to fry before adding your goat meat. Once you add your goat meat, you want to stir fry this until it is no longer pink. Like, there should be no pinkness in this, and this is how you will know it will turn brown. Look at that. It has already turned brown. Now let us remove the bay leaves, okay, because this is not jollof rice and we do not want bay leaves in our filling. The bay leaves has done its job, so let us take that out of the pan and then mix this to combine. Look at how good and how yummy this is. Now we're going to add some seasoning powder to this. I do not use salt for my goat meat, my pies filling. Any pie I make, I don't use salt. So now add your pepper to this, mix it to combine so that the pepper cooks with the meat. Once it looks something like this, you know that the meat is no longer raw. I cooked it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then you add your chopped potatoes, the one we chopped earlier. You add your chopped carrots to this, and then you mix it to combine. Okay, mix it very well, and then you would cover it for another 10 minutes. Add some water so that it cooks through. And then you would now cover it. So while that is doing its thing, I'm going to add some cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, a little bit of light soy sauce, and some water. You want to mix this until this is well diluted. Look at how I'm mixing it, because we don't want any lumpy thing here. We just want a well diluted mixture. Open your pot. Now that this has been cooking, you can see that the potatoes are already soft. They don't look raw anymore. Add your cornstarch slurry to this. So that my little secret is that little soy sauce that I added to it. It will even change the color of the dish and even make it more tastier. That is why I did not use salt, so that I do not increase the sodium content of the filling. Now you want to mix this to combine. Use your spoon or your spatula to mash some of the potatoes, okay, because they are so soft now, they will easily melt. So it will even make your filling very, very delicious. So just keep mashing the potatoes. I'm adding a little bit more water because that might be too stiff for me. All right, so because I want a very creamy, yummy, moist filling, not something dry. I want my tasters, to feel that moisture. Look at the quality of this filling. So delicious, so creamy, so yummy, so lush. My faves. You need to save this recipe and impress someone with it this Christmas period. They will be thoroughly impressed. They are going to like it. They are going to say, what is this? This is so good. Look at the quality of the filling. Now we're going to bring back our dough that has been resting in the fridge for God knows when. We're going to cut it into smaller sizes. Yeah, You can cut it to as many sizes as you want, depending on how big you want your pie to be. So just cut it into smaller sizes like this so that it is easier for you to work with. Then you're going to roll it out. All right, roll it out into something that looks like this. It has to be thick a little bit, not so thick and not so thin. So you just look at the eyeball this my thickness, and then just replicate it in your own when you are trying it. Okay, my faves, sure you are listening. Look at the level of thickness of my dough. Now add your filling into it. I'm using 2 spoons of filling because I want this pie to be very rich. When you open it like this, let it have plenty meat inside. You can use 2 spoons of filling or 1.5, okay, but 1.5 is more advisable so that your pies do not start popping open when you're baking them. Now, I'm just going to remove the excess and look at that. Look at what we've got here. Oh, my faves. This looks so good. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Don't mind me, I'm hilarious. But yeah, look at what we have. This is really nice. So repeat the same process until you're out of meat pie batter, and then just place it into your baking tray like this. Egg wash it. Egg wash is made by adding egg and then a little bit of water, mixing it together, using a brush to just go over it. This is to give it that golden glaze that you usually see meat pies have. All right, so just egg wash your pies like this and then transfer it to a preheated oven. I usually bake my own at 170 for 35 to 40 minutes. And if you want it to be really brown, you can leave it for 45 minutes. All right, so this is what we have, and look at that goodness, my face. We've just made goat's meat pie. Let me tell you something, this is my own recipe. I've never seen anybody make goat's meat pie before. So when you make this recipe, when you recreate it, just tag me on it, because yeah, you're going to love it and it is so delicious. I also made this ones that I made incisions on. In another video, I'll show you how to make these ones that has line, but you can see that this meat pie is well done, and I'm even going to be showing you the inside. Look at that flakiness. Give me my flowers already, my faves. Give me those flowers, because I'm the queen of this. This is so yummy. This is so nice. You can even start a business with this. Imagine saying that you are selling goat meat pie. If the regular meat pie is being sold for, let's say, 2,000 naira, you can even sell this one for 3,500 because it is unique. All right, so I've shown you a new business idea, and look at how flaky, crunchy this is. Like I said, I will show you how to make this one in another video. This tie, all right, it's so simple. Like, it's really simple, but you just need to know how to do it, and I'll show you in another video. Thank you so much for watching, faves. Bye.